one of the biggest things as well, even at Valentine's, someone may have walked in and want a gift. So why not use your cellophanes to actually gift wrap a box as well? So we've just got a very basic average box here, and I'm going to use the red metallic double heart on clear, and I'm just going to use the black tint, so it's going to really sort of give a choice of colours onto the design. And we're going to dress it up with just a few fresh flowers. So first of all, the biggest thing that I'm going to do is measure how much I actually need for my box. So what I will actually do is, I've got my 2 pieces of cellophane, and we're going to just sit those on top of each other, and just look how stunning that becomes by just adding another colour underneath. So you could change the background if you wanted your hearts on gold, or you wanted your hearts on pink, so you can really change the feel. Now, I always measure when I'm gift wrapping how far I actually need my cellophane to go. So over this central point, just slightly over there. So that means that when I turn my box, I can then cut away any excess of cellophane from this side and keep this to one side. And then I would always measure and make sure how much cellophane I actually need to cover the actual box itself. So first of all, I'm just going to take some double-sided sticky tape, and this is always the most important thing when you're actually gift wrapping, is having some double-sided sticky tape, because it makes it a lot easier to control. And I first of all can take my cellophane, and I'm just going to, because I'm using 2, I'm just going to take it up a little, so I've got 2 sections showing, which means I can catch both of the cellophanes together, like so, and then just take this next section and just catch on the bottom there. I always like to have a real nice, neat finish, so I'm just going to now just run my scissors down, so this just finishes here, and we've still got this one section that's just got a little bit of tape that we need, and I'm just going to use a thinner piece of double-sided. So I always have my double-sided sticky tape in many different sizes, so it makes it much easier for me to work with. And then we can take our spare cellophane over and on top, so that's now fastened in place. So it's really sort of creating a nice interest to your wrap. So first of all, I need to take my cellophane down, and I'm just going to catch on the inside so that I can really gently fold on one side, so it's giving a real neat finish, and catch, and then take my other one so it envelopes together quite nicely, so making sure everything is folding nice and neat. Just catch here, and if I've just got that little excess, I'm just going to fold that in, so this then allows me to fold this up, so you should really have that point in the middle there. So what I'm going to first of all do is take another small piece of double-sided, catch that, so that allows me then to sellotape it together, turn around and repeat that process. So just catch in place, gently fold, gently fold again, a small piece of double-sided, so we're just again passing that on that point, making sure that just folds in so it's nice and neat, and there you have your box nice and neatly wrapped, ready to just finish off the design. So first of all, we're going to take some of the red ribbon, and I'm going to just go back on the opposite side. Here you can just see where the double-sided sticky tape, so it makes it obvious on where that actual seam would be. I'm going to take one band of the thicker double-sided, and this now allows me to take my ribbon and just catch onto that double-sided there. So now we can take this over right the way around the centre of the box and straight down that edge of double-sided there. So that is now creating a nice neat finish to your gift and your parcel. So we're just going to repeat that process one more time, but we're now going to take it across in the opposite direction on the box. So we've now got double-sided running in this direction. We repeat that same process around and back to the middle, and we're just going to cut off there. So now the gift is ready to start to place the flowers on. So we have the box all prepared with the ribbon and the cellophane. Even like this it looks quite stunning, but you know, if someone brings in something extra special for Valentine's Day, then why not add some little alternative things like using fresh flowers and some of the cellophanes. And the biggest thing is we always have these offcuts, and I took this off piece of the cellophane that I was wrapping the box with, and I'm just going to cut into just some smaller pieces, and rather than throw them away, I'm going to use them within my design. So I'm going to take just a few of the wires, and I'm just going to literally twist and catch those little pieces just into little bunches. So it's the same sort of procedure as the way we use them for the actual tulip hand-tied in one of the previous videos. So we're still using all the elements of the paper, so we're keeping the black and the clear double heart in the red metallic. So we're just going to make just a small collection of little segments of cellophane, and it really does take just a few minutes of your time to actually just create these little tiny pieces. So it's one way of using all those oddments. So what we're going to do is we're just going to lie these little pieces on their backs ready. We're now going to take a red rose, and we're going to cut the red rose right off. We're going to take away any of those sepal leaves away, and we're just going to sit the rose on its back for a second. We've got a little bit of skimmia here, so we're just going to take one and a couple of sprigs of the red skimmia, a couple of leaves. So we're going to just sit these all on the table ready for us to actually use. And we've got a little bit of soft ruscus, a couple of sprigs of soft ruscus, and this is everything that we require to make this design. So first of all, I'm going to take some of the cold floral adhesive, and I'm just going to put a small amount of the cold floral adhesive on the back of the cellophanes. And I'm doing this now so that it allows all my glue to start to go off, ready for making my design. Just a small amount down the backs of the leaves, and we're going to go around this edge of the back of the rose. Little bit on the soft ruscus and little tiny bit on the skimmia, and then we are virtually ready to go to actually put this design together. So we can just leave that for a second while it's all going off, and I just want to make a nice simple bow. Just a double bow, nothing too elaborate, and we can just again tease that in the middle and just twist. So now we've got the bow and a small amount of cold glue on the back, so we're ready to go. So now we can start to create our design. So we've got the box ready, and we can start to take the soft ruscus and we can just gently tuck that underneath the ribbon, just to hold in place like so. And then we just take these small pieces of cellophane so we're just adding those onto the front of the box. We've got a couple of skimmia leaves which will just add a little bit more depth down through the ribbon itself, and we can then start to make it a little bit more three-dimensional. So everything is being glued within the ribbon at the moment on either side, because that's a great way of concealing the glue. We can now take the bow and sit the bow just gently in the centre, adding just a few more segments of the cellophane, the little pieces that we'd already pre-prepared, and one red rose that can sit. And what we do is we then just leave that to one side and all the glue go off, and there you have a real stunning piece for Valentine's Day. It just needs that little thing just adding on top, so why not just add a small wired heart, and I'm just threading the wire just through one side, and we can just catch that within the flower. Just trim that away so we can see the heart. And there you have a wonderful box for Valentine's Day.